Most memorable Columbia moment. Do you have one that sticks in the back of your mind after 4 years?
Most memorable was probably the Peckway Valley game when I had the 6 touchdowns.
Ooh.
That was probably the most fun game I've had, so that one sticks in my head a lot.
Okay, individually speaking.
Yeah.
You went all. I remember that.
Yeah,
the 6 TD game. That probably got your player of the week, if I recall. How about team-wise? Accomplishment, winning stuff, going to districts.
Accomplishment. Well, we went 9-2 the one year. We had a great team, and that was probably the most fun year that I had in high school. Was the year we went 9-2. I believe that was my junior year. I was playing with Damian Seals and a bunch of the other guys, and that whole season. And then it was kind of a shame when we lost to DeLone Catholic in the first round of districts. But that year in general was pretty fun. So,
how much pride, now that you've been out of it for a couple of years, how much pride did you take in representing Columbia, playing for that town? Playing for those people. You guys all talk about it.
Yeah.
Now that you can look back, how special was that? And did you take a piece of that with you here?
Oh, of course. It was amazing. I mean, coming here from Columbia was awesome because I think it has something to do with Columbia being such a close town. Like, everybody knows everybody, and like, just the whole time I was there, I had so much support, so I was so proud to come here and play and represent Columbia in the best I can.
Coach was talking about how Columbia kids just kind of keep their mouth shut, and they're tough, and they play.
Yeah.
Is that how you kind of describe yourself? Did he hit it with that?
Yeah, pretty much. Like, I try to ignore a lot of the things that are going on around me, and I just try to come out and do the best I can on the field, and I really don't care at all about, like, a lot of people ask me about the records and things like that. I don't really care about that. The main thing on my mind is the MAC championship ring.
Sure. I mean, most of your time is spent, if you're not doing schoolwork, is prep, film, game plan, practice. So when all these lists, when all this stuff comes out, and preseason this and All-American that, I'm sure you're tickled on the inside, but you just kind of push it to the side and worry about what's next.
Yeah, basically, it's it definitely is an honor and things like that to be named that, but when it comes down to it, it's all about just who do we play next, you know what I mean?
Sure. And I think and I hope when your name ends up on this stuff, I think it says a lot about your program, your school, your teammates, because you guys are the first to admit I don't do any of this without line or teammates. Can you talk about that end of it? Is that good for your school and your team when you end up on these kind of lists?
Yeah, it was awesome. I mean, everything that I can do for this team I'll do it, because coming in here as a freshman. This has just been an amazing experience for me ever since I got here, and like I'm glad to be representative of what I came from. You know, like I've just had the best 4 years of my life here, and I'm glad that I can get a little publicity for the college, I guess. I don't know.
Sure.
But, I mean, anything I can do, it's awesome.
Sure. Quick 4 years.
Quickest 4 years of my life, I think. Yeah.
Oh,
it's been fun though.
So you played a little JV freshman year.
Yeah.
Did you mind that, or is that how they do things here? Do you got to kind of earn your spot and kind of work your way up? Or do you remember? Take me back 4 years.
Yeah, definitely. When I came in as a freshman, I had already known that Charlie Parker was.
Oh yeah.
He was the All-American at the time,
yeah.
And he was like, there was probably no way I was going to see time over him. So I knew coming in that, I'm going to have to fight for everything that I get. And I came in freshman year at camp, and I pulled my groin. I think like maybe 6 days into camp, something like that. I pulled my groin, and I lost all the work that I had made up in that 6 days to get to what we call the white squad, which is like the second and third team. And when I came back from the injury, I was the dead last person, and had to work my way back up. But
okay, was that difficult? Because at Columbia, you played, bang, Ben's a running back, and now you're here, and you kind of had to start all over again. Was that frustrating, or did it just motivate you?
It was motivation mainly. Like I enjoyed in high school playing with Damian Seals, who was the other running back my junior year, and that was fun because me and him kind of split carries and played off of each other in high school, and then I got to come here and do that with Charlie.
Was he a good guy to look up to, Parker? I mean, he did a lot of things here. I mean, I'm sure you picked his brain and watched how he did things.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like I learned a lot of things from watching him in film, and mainly I would watch him and see how he used the rest of the team. Okay. And I learned a lot from that, because coming in, I didn't know the offense. I didn't know what players were like had certain tendencies and stuff. And watching him, he was able to tell me, like, you know, this play is normally can happen like this, and he taught me a lot of stuff about the offense, and I was able to use that, and now I'm doing well.
Yeah, you're doing okay. You're holding your own. Have you pinched yourself yet over success? I mean, you've had some just whopper games and numbers and stats, and hopefully you're not looking at your stats, and,
no.
you know, but you know what you're doing. Pinch yourself over some of these numbers, or is it, you know, line's been great, and I know the offense, and I'm prepped, and I'm just making plays? How you look at it?
Yeah, I think mainly. I mean, our offensive line this year is a young group of guys, but the only thing I have to say about them so far is they've impressed me. Okay. They've been playing they're just impressive. And yeah, I mean, I know to a certain extent that I'm a fast guy, and I can make plays happen, but without them doing their job, it's nothing. Like all I do is I ask them to stay connected, and they do a great job of that.
Sure.
Well, actually, in high school, I think we used a lot of I-back.
Did you?
Yeah, I had my best friend was my fullback, actually.
Nice.
So yeah, we ran a lot of I-back in high school, and then coming here, it was kind of just like the only thing different from high school to college was everybody was stronger, everybody was faster, and the style of offense that I ran in high school was a quick hitter offense. We ran a lot of just quick plays, get the ball and go, and coming into this offense, it's a lot of slow pace, let the play develop type thing. So that was the main adjustment for me. I remember the first year or so, I was jumping the gun a lot on blocks, and I wasn't letting things develop. But then once I finally got it, we started to click.
Is it about being patient?
Yeah.
Coach mentioned vision, and he's impressed with your vision. So, I mean, is your head on a swivel? I mean, you're looking at all kinds of gaps, and, you know, who's coming and where are the holes. Yeah, you got a good. Obviously, you figured that out.
Yeah.
But is that a lot of it? Just the patient part of it and vision?
Yeah, and that's what I love about this offense. Once I got used to it, I fell in love with it, because a lot of the plays aren't supposed to go in certain places or certain areas. Like they just say, you know, get the ball and then take the picture, and find the right way to go. So, and that's what I love. There's a lot of freedom at the tailback position.
Do you know the linemen? Can you introduce them?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, who are they? Who are the guys up front for you?
The left tackle is right now it's Nate Valdez and Tyler Dean are splitting time. Left guard is Brendan Kozub. My center is Sam Colletts. The right guard is Matthew Clark, and the right tackle is Zach Nace.
Okay. And obviously you got to have a good relationship with those guys.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, I love those guys.
There's some LL guys here. Is that nice to see?
Oh yeah,
I mean,
definitely.
you have a teammate from Columbia here, and why are LL kids drawn to being here other than it's in their backyard, do you think?
I'm not sure. I was drawn here just because I enjoyed Coach Wilderson was my recruiter, and he was a good recruiter. He had me convinced, and then it was great to see a lot of the other guys from the LL League come too, because we instantly had something to talk about. Had friends and talking about past games. Oh, I remember playing you.
Sure.
Yeah, it's fun times in the locker room.
You got a really big gash on your left hand.
Oh yeah,
What's the world's that from?
That's from the very first game against Gettysburg.
Okay.
I was running up the sideline, and a guy knocked me out of bounds, and I fell on the turf. There was like a rug covering up part of the track, and I fell on it, and it gave me a brush burn. So.
You got back up and took the next carry?
They had to tape me up first, because I was bleeding, but once I went back in after that.
How you doing with injuries? You ever had to miss any time, knock on wood? Have you had a healthy four seasons?
I've had to miss here or there a little bit, and I had my shoulder injury.
Okay.
But I really didn't miss a whole lot of games because of injuries, maybe just maybe a couple plays, but I've been lucky so far with injuries.
Okay.
I haven't had anything overly serious that like during the season that screwed me up.
People know you now, so what kind of defenses are you seeing? You seeing all kinds of weird stuff, 9 in the box, 10 in the box. What do you guys see in a normal week?
every kind of defense. I mean, there's
Okay.
all kind of defensive fronts that we learn, and every team plays with it. And yeah, we do have a lot of teams that, well, the first 2 teams we played so far did drop their safety down a lot, so we're kind of starting to get used to, all right, we know what teams are trying to do now. So.
Okay. Yet you still do your plays and do your things. Does that impress you when teams do junk stuff and you still beat them and find ways to combat what they're doing? And that comes down to the line a lot, I bet. That's pressure on those guys with that many guys coming after you.
Yeah, it's definitely a good feeling that when we're able to accomplish what we're trying to do, no matter what, you know.
Talk about your experience here, because you could have played other sports. You're a 3-sport kid coming out of Columbia. Are you glad it was football? Are you happy you went down that path? And what has this ride been like for you?
I'm so glad it was football. I wanted to be a baseball player, but it didn't pan out like that. They wanted me for football more, so I did it. I'm so happy that I'm here. I mean, yeah, everybody, the whole football team, we're a really close-knit football team. Everybody there's great people here on campus. The coaching staff is amazing. So there's really nothing around me that has anything to do with bad experiences. I'm just enjoying my time here.